March to Madness continues from Anaheim in the Honda Center. Wildcats getting set to take on the San Diego State Aztecs. We're right next to Disneyland. Glad you could join us. My name is Sleepy. This is Happy. Bashful couldn't make it today, but we'll check in with him later. Rhino, Sweet 16. I mean, it is sweet to be only one of 16 teams left in this tournament. It's special. You don't get this very often. You can't take it for granted.
Being a part of this as long as I have with the Lute Olson era, you start to realize that if you don't make the Sweet 16 but you're in the tournament, people talk about you. And they say it's a story you don't want to hear. But when you make the Sweet 16, it's a story that you do want to hear. It's special to be in this weekend. The Wildcats want to capitalize now on that. So today's open practice is all about getting familiar with a familiar place here at the Honda Center. The Wildcats have played a lot here in the recent past.
All right, they're also familiar with the San Diego State Aztecs, and the Aztecs are familiar with the Wildcats. They played earlier this season. Arizona won by 9 at Bayhouse Arena. It seems like a long time ago. Both teams, I think, have changed since then. Brandon Ashley no longer with the Wildcats. Dwayne Polee didn't play for the San Diego State that night. And the coaches seem to want to discount that game. But at the same time, I got to believe that that's going to help both sides.
Well, and I was in the San Diego State locker room just a few minutes ago and asked them about that game, and they actually are still stinging from the loss in Hawaii a year ago. One of the players I talked to said, I still haven't beaten the Wildcats. So it's not just about advancing to the Elite Eight, which San Diego State has never done, so it's a historic moment for them. There's a lot riding on this game for both schools. We talked about Gonzaga and Arizona being premier programs in the West. You'd have to throw San Diego State in that mix as well. So the Wildcats have changed. They're much more up-tempo than they were. So it's not just the loss of Brandon Ashley, it's the emergence of Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. San Diego State had a winning streak of their own after they lost to Arizona, so this is a very quality basketball club. And as Sean Miller put it, Xavier Thames quite possibly will be the best guard on the floor tomorrow. The Wildcats have their hands full with a very well-coached Aztecs team.
Both teams play outstanding defense. That's been their calling card, so we could see a low-scoring game. We don't know how it's going to work out, but they're different defenses. Arizona's man-to-man it's just a good man-to-man. San Diego State likes to press, and I know Sean Miller is going to tell us that Arizona cannot turn the ball over.
And that's been a theme all season long. Sean Miller's talked about two stats that Arizona fans should watch: rebounding and turnovers. If you go back to the Gonzaga game, rebounding wasn't so good. Turnovers, a very good stat to look for. I think the same holds true tomorrow. The Wildcats could dominate the glass like they did against San Diego State in Viejas Arena back in November, but you are right. If you see the turnovers creeping above 12, which Sean may even say 10 is the number to be at, then the Wildcats and Aztecs could be in a barn burner. But with T.J. McConnell and Nick Johnson at the helm, I have to believe that they're going to keep the turnovers under check, and the Wildcats should be in good shape.
All right, big one, Sweet 16, Cats and the Aztecs, Thursday night, right around 7:15, 7:30. You'll hear it live on the Arizona Radio Network. We're off to Magic Mountain, but back tomorrow for the game.